Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Ladies and gentlemen, on my channel, I'm always telling you guys, live an active lifestyle. Make smart nutritional choices. Move more and sit less, right? Fight against the laziness. It's not about perfection, but about consistency. It's not about what you look like in the mirror, but about how you feel, ladies and gentlemen. And I've told you guys many times, man, and I've talked about this many times, that you have to give the effort. It has to matter to you. You have to want to make the change. And in our lives, we're prioritizing the wrong things, right? So I've talked to you guys in the past about people prioritizing other things, right? I've talked about people prioritizing money. They're more concerned about money than they are their own health. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. What are you doing with money if you're in the hospital sick? If you're dying, you're not taking care of yourself. People are more worried about money. I told you guys, and I've talked about people are more concerned and worried about their cars. People treat their cars better than they do themselves, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we are in society. Everything's about vanity. However, the weird thing is, people don't care about what they look like. They just don't. Everybody wants a shortcut to look a certain way. They think they're going to take some powder, some magic pill. They're going to go get some surgery, and then all of a sudden, they're going to look better. You might look different. You might look better. You might have lost some weight, but don't necessarily mean you're going to feel better, ladies and gentlemen, that you're going to move better. Because that's the key to health and fitness, ladies and gentlemen, is movement. You want to be able to move. I tell you guys all the time, man, the less you do, the less you're going to be able to do. The more you move, the more you're going to be able to move. Guys, sounds simple, right? Sounds simple, but it's not simple. That's the thing here. People just don't understand, right? Like I said, it's simpler for them to give more effort and energy, put more time into their cars. So people will wash their cars every week, wash their cars multiple times a week. They'll wax it. They'll spend all this money on their cars. They'll buy these fancy rims. They'll go get the windows tinted. They'll put sound systems in their cars. People do all of this stuff to their vehicles. Get all this fancy custom paint. All this on a vehicle, on a car. But they don't give the same effort, energy, same attention to themselves. So these people driving these fancy cars, they look like hell, ladies and gentlemen. They getting out these fancy cars, look like hell. No one's impressed with you getting out of a car, but you look like you can't walk up a flight of stairs. Not impressive at all, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, we care too much about the monetary things. We care too much about materialism in this world now. We're not giving the same effort and attention to ourselves. And that's the sad reality, ladies and gentlemen. People also spend more time and energy on tattoos. How many times you see people out here covered in tattoos? That costs a lot of money, does it not? Tattoos are expensive, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see people covered in tattoos, man. Sleeves on their arms, stuff all over their bodies, stuff on down their legs. And you look at these people, they look like hell, ladies and gentlemen. So they spend thousands and thousands of dollars on tattoos on their body. They're more concerned about the tattoo person they're going to. These people will wait in line for months. They'll wait on waiting lists for certain tattoo artists. And don't get me wrong, guys, a great tattoo artist is something that you find one, you want to stick with that person. No doubt about it. But people are spending more time and effort on their tattoos. More worried about their tattoos than they are their health. So like I said, they'll wait online. They'll wait on a waiting list to get a tattoo by a certain person, but they won't spend that same kind of energy for their own selves. Exercising, will they spend that same kind of time in the gym or same kind of time on themselves at home? Will they spend the same kind of time looking at food labels when they're in the supermarket buying stuff? No, they won't. So people are more concerned about the tattoos they got, how cool their tattoos look on a body that looks like hell. And I seen you people at the beach. You guys know I was at the beach for 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks I was at the beach, guys. And I tell you guys the same thing every year. As Americans, we look like hell out here in society, man. Like I said, especially on a beach, when people are wearing bathing suits that they have no business wearing, but for some reason, they think they can wear these bathing suits in society now. Because why? In society, everyone's supposed to be accepted now. So it's okay for people to wear bikinis. You women, you know who you are. You shouldn't be wearing these bikinis out here on the beach. You haven't earned it. Once again, you want to wear those bathing suits and you have to earn that kind of stuff. You can't be out here looking like hell like many of us do, wearing these bathing suits that you do because you think that you're sexy or you're feeling confident in yourself. Nah, it's the opposite, ladies. You look ridiculous, honestly. You look absolutely ridiculous, and it's disgusting and it's sad that I have to look at you people like this. Right? A lot of you fellas out here, you look like hell, man. A lot of you guys in the gym, you want to wear this tight spandex stuff. You want to wear all this tight clothing. You don't have the body for it. You didn't earn that stuff, man. Take that stuff off. Put something that's a little more, looser on you. All right? Some of these guys out here, man, we look like hell. I told you guys wearing bathing t-shirts in the water now because they have no confidence in themselves. Once again, that's on you. Now all you're doing is attracting more attention to yourself. I told you guys this. Don't do that ridiculous stuff. But people out here more worried about tattoos. You're spending more money, more energy, and time on tattoos than you do your own health. Like I said, it's really sad. People are covered in tattoos, but they look like they haven't exercised in years. Years. You spend all this time thinking about the perfect tattoo to get, where you're going to get it, who's going to do it, right? What the meaning is. That all this effort and energy into a tattoo, but you won't give half that energy into what you're putting in your body or the active lifestyle that you're living. You don't give a damn. You're sitting your butt all day and don't care, thinking your tattoos look cool. You look ridiculous though, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay? So remember, give more attention to yourself, man. Pay more attention to your own health and fitness. Spend more time and effort thinking about the food that you're eating, the active lifestyle that you're not living, how lazy you are. Think about that stuff. That's more important than the tattoos you have, ladies and gentlemen. I don't understand what we're doing in society. Everyone thinks that they can get these tattoos all over their body, man. And you just don't have the body for this stuff. But then you want to go out there and take your shirt off and wear these bathing suits and all this stuff so that people can see your tattoos. But nobody wants to see your disgusting body with those tattoos on it, ladies and gentlemen. Have some pride in yourself. My goodness.